Welcome to The Way That I See It, with Reverend Dr. Alonzo B. Patterson. This weekly program is about our family, our community, and especially our faith. This program is broadcast from our studio in the Shiloh A.B. Patterson Community Ministry Center in Anchorage, Alaska. And now, Dr. Patterson.
Thank you. Welcome. My name is Alonzo B. Patterson, and I'm from the Way That I See It ministry, and we will be introducing to you today. Thank you for joining us here. It's been some time since we've been planning to share in our community, and this is the first shot we have at coming into your home or wherever you are, just to share with you. The Way That I See It ministry has been a dream for our church and for our community for some time, and we have finally found a way to come in and share that with you. I'd like to share with you what that ministry is about and began to open up to you the dream that comes out of the church, out of the community, and into your home to try to make life better for all. The way that I see it is the desire to open up to our community a broader and a deeper insight into God's Word, into community practicums, and into the needs of our local community. It is a design to reach out to our families and to ensure that they understand, even those who may never put their foot in a church, that God loves them and cares about them. It is a design to enrich our community in issues that need to be lifted and to know that the church is more than a place where you come sit on Sunday morning, but it is a practicality that etches itself into the community and into your home, into your life, and into your lifestyle. And of course, then our ministry is what we're sharing with you today. Our desire then is to make sure that our families are central in the things that we do and talk about. So welcome. Thank you for joining us again. We'll be talking to several persons today about what we do. Just a brief note. The ministry, if you will, Way That I See It ministry, is housed in the Shiloh Community Ministry Center. And in the community center are several other ministries of whom I will share with you in just a few moments. It is a ministry that tends to serve and meet people where they are. I want to express with you also that the faith practice of the ministry does not abandon itself from God, but it extends it to you, some of you who may never go to church. We have with us today two persons that represents the ministries that are housed here in the Shiloh A.B. Patterson Community Ministry. That is the Shiloh Community Housing and the Shiloh Community Development Ministry. Beyond that, we have the ABC Ministry housed here, along with the Community Table Ministry, and also with IT. These are some of the ministries that we provide to share that you might get to know. And we will be introducing that in just a little bit. But I want you to sit back and relax and understand that it is our aim to come to you on a weekly basis, just to have you to know what is going on and how we can help you. Our aim is to serve in the community and to extend the pragmatics of the gospel to those who are outside of our weekly meeting, and to aid churches in meeting the needs of families where we find them at today. And so welcome here with us today. Again, we have two of our ministry partners who are sharing with us today. And let me first introduce just briefly Mrs. Delmethea Shenee Williams, President and CEO of the Shiloh Community Housing Ministry. And I hope I said your name right, because it's better known as D. Shenee, who serves and has been a part of the ministry for a number of years. I won't get into years or get into that play. And to my left here is Mrs. Ruth McConnell, who serves in the Shiloh Community Development as the Executive Director and who will be sharing with us today. We want to make sure that the church, the Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church, pastored by Pastor Andre Parker, it's understood that the extension in the arms of the church reaches beyond the building on the corner of 20th and Juneau, or 20th and Seward Highway, but that it protrudes into the community and brings about a change. These are going to be talking briefly about the ministries they provide in the community, and then I will come back and talk a bit more about the way that I see it, ministry, and what it does in the community. So help me now to welcome Ms. Delmicia Shenee Williams, the CEO for the Shiloh Community Housing Ministry, as she will share with you. Shenee, welcome.
Hi, Pastor. Just call me Shenee like you always do.
Just call me Shenee like I always do. Well, good. And you can call her Shenee. She's that kind of a person. Shenee, share with us, what is the Shiloh Community Housing Ministry? What does it do, and how does it function to meet needs of people in our community?
Thank you, Pastor. Being our founder, Shiloh Community Housing has a vision, and I'm hoping I'm repeating your vision correctly, to end homelessness in the Anchorage community. We do that by removing barriers that prevent, or I would say, can facilitate homelessness without that. So education, jobs, the lack of education or not having the right jobs are just some of the things that will cause homelessness. So our overall vision is to prevent homelessness. We do that with a number of programs. We have a program with our young adults, 18 to 24, called Life, where we teach life skills for those young adults that are experiencing homelessness. We have a Life at Work program for that same age group, and that is a workforce development program. The other program is an affordable housing program where we provide affordable housing to families in the community, and two financial assistance programs. One where we provide assistance for preventing them from getting evicted from their home, and another program where we provide funds that prevent their utilities from being shut off. And one other financial program is a program where we provide financial assistance for renters, the first month's rent and security deposit. Our new endeavor is to develop a resource center. And do you want me to talk about that now or later?
Please talk about that a little bit. What is a resource center, and how does it impact the community, and how are we here in the collective ministry partnership here affected by it, or how do we affect it?
Well, the Resource Center is our latest endeavor, and we're very excited about it. The Resource Center will be located in Mountain View. It will be housed in a building that was donated by GCI. And the objective of that Resource Center is to disrupt homelessness. So those programs that I mentioned before have been in operation since 2007. So we have 15 or plus so years working with that community. While working with the community, we've learned that there are a lot of people in the community that are living on the edge. They're not counted as homeless, but they're right on the edge. And so these resources are going to be, this resource center is going to provide resources to disrupt the cycle of homelessness.
Now you also have some other housing. Other than that, you spoke about a little bit earlier, next door. How does those housing interact with the challenges and the aims of the ministry?
Our affordable housing project is what we call it, was our first project of the organization. It is a fourplex located right behind the ministry center, and we provide low-income housing or low-income housing for the low to moderate income earner. So we have 4 families there. Currently, three of our four tenants are all seniors. So we are providing services or housing services to 4 senior tenants and 1 that is not a senior tenant.
Can you talk a little bit more, and I'll come back to you if I have to, a little bit more about the Tall Water Project and how that affects young people? That's important to
Yes.
us.
That's our life program that you're speaking of. And like I mentioned before, is living independent forever. That housing program is for young adults, 18 to 24, that are experiencing homelessness. So these young adults are homeless. We provide housing and life skills training for that population. They are get the experience of living in a 1-bedroom unit or a 2-bedroom unit. 2 people in 2 bedrooms, 1 person in a 1-bedroom unit. We are on the hook for life skills training. Our staff, I have a very small staff, but we refer them to other services in the community that they might need. So these young adults, some of them can come to us, like I said, they were homeless, with just the clothes on their backs. So we provide bedding, we pay for utilities, and if they don't have food, we give them food. But the main objective is for them to learn to live independently. So one of the things they have to sign up for or commit to, we actually have a contract, is that they're willing to do that. So they have to be motivated to seek and look for a job. We don't require them to have a job coming into the program, but they have to look for a job and get a job.
Wonderful, wonderful. I know here on the corner where we are all right now housed in this building, 1677 Juneau Drive, and everything kind of caps here as we expand out for ministry. And one of the ministries that comes out of this place is the community table ministry, coming under the way that I see it, or the A.B. Patterson ministry. That ministry is designed basically to provide for people who are actually on the street and who probably on their way to where you are looking for a place to sleep. Our aim is to try to provide clothing and food and other little articles that people bring to provide for those people that we are trying to help. And it's been a very successful ministry. I think we have served about 8,500 people to date with that we know of. We don't know who comes in the night, and we find several people do that. But these are just some of the ministries we are serving. In the interim, Shiloh Community Development picks up some of the gaps in the ministry we are trying to provide. Once again, this is the church reaching out into the community. We're not just preaching the gospel on Sunday, but we're reaching out to make the gospel live in the lives of people. Ms. McConnell, talk to us about Shiloh Community Development and how that may impact us, and what do you do? And get ready, because I got a lot more questions.
Well, thank you, Pastor. I'm Ruth McConnell, and I'm the Executive Director of the Shiloh Community Development. I've been a part of this program probably from the inception, but now I'm the Executive Director. It's a program that I really believe in. We work with seniors, youth, we do education, we have health, and so we are the arm that reaches out to the community. And with our youth, we have our Young Lions program. The kids is from 8 to 17. We have them being mentored by men, and that's been a good program. And we also do what we call our education is our scholarship prep, where we work with seniors. They help them put a folder together to apply for applications, to apply for scholarship. And last year, the participants, they received over $98,000 in scholarships based on our program. We also work with our seniors because we know they're an integral part, and we provide IT services for them. They need help, we go out and work with them. And also we work with our health. And we're gonna get it back on the road where once a month we will be bringing a health initiative to the community and getting them involved in it. So that's what we do, and we're getting known in the community So, and like you say, we're part of the Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church, but we pretty much work with the community. And I'm glad to have Shenee here. She does the housing, so we partner on activities and things that we do. And I always say, teamwork make dream work, and we are good as a team.
Wonderful. This ministries that we're talking about today are the ministries that we desire to make the gospel live in the community. And the way we make the gospel live is once we preach it and teach it, we look for the greater need within the community and how we can meet that need. There are many other things we do that has to do with health needs of people that is being met, food needs. I know the Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church, where this idea or this desire was born some years ago, has been a partner in giving funds, and other people in the community have stopped by from time to time and given funds to help us to move the ministry forward, and we're excited about that. Have been some significant gifts, and those are the gifts that we use to purchase and to lift up the ministry and keep it going. I'm excited about the fact that as we go forward, we're going to continue to expand. Remember, we only started out with a food bank in the garage of the church, as Shenee alluded to earlier about the early vision for this ministry, and many people who were part of it had passed on. As we come to you, it's our desire to bring you somewhat a new and refreshing issue each week as we develop this ministry, and to expose and share with you significant other personalities and ministries are taking place in the community. I've shared with Shenee and with Ruth that they are going to be regulars as they speak to you about what we are continuing to do. You know, so many times ministries take place in the community, and the community don't realize how and why. I know a lot of time I talk to people about keeping the food bank, a community table, cleaned up for the next person, because some come and they'll just throw things down. We have to come and clean them up. And we want the ministry to be one that helps to make it exciting and attractive to the person who are coming behind us. So this ministry will continue to go. Ruth, you'll also do grants from time to time. Can you talk a little bit about the grants you do and how we make that work with the ministry?
Yes, Pastor, I'll be glad to. This year we was fortunate enough to receive a grant from the municipality for the alcohol and tax, and it was designed for our STEM program, which we have been doing. And with the grant, the participants, they were building computers, and so they wanted to expand. So this year with the grant, they will be building robots. And these kids are so excited. I'll give an example. The young man that built his computer on Saturday, his mother said he was so happy and excited. Nothing was going to stop him from being at that meeting. And so it's stories like that. And then with the STEM, with the robots, they're going to have a class coming up this Saturday. So all those kids are excited. And then, you know, another program we got was ACEs, Adverse Childhood Experiences.
What happens to you as a child has a huge impact on the rest of your life. Stressful events are called adverse childhood experiences. These stressful experiences in childhood can lead to various health-related diseases and effects on an individual. Today, learn about what ACEs is and how you can cope with and prevent ACEs. December 18th, we have an informational presentation. Learn more at SCDI-Alaska.org.
That was, when I took the test, I looked up and said, oh my God, it's a survey. But it's a program we were providing educational. We had over 180 some participants go through the program. And now we're getting, well, when y'all gonna do this again? I really enjoyed you provided good information. And we had Reverend Mildred Parker, which knew a lot about ACEs, worked as our program director. And it was very rewarding. I attended all of them. And just to see the people expressions and their thoughts like, thank you for bringing this to us. When can we get some more information? And we're looking forward to getting another grant because we want to continue this program. We start these programs, but we don't want to be a program that we stop and stop. So we have decided that this will be a program that we will endeavor to do year after year. So I want to thank the municipality of Anchorage, the alcohol and tax, for providing us with this opportunity to provide these services. And we look forward to doing it this year.
And as we go forward, thank you, Ruth, as we go forward with our ministry, we will again be coming to you on a weekly basis is our plan for this ministry as long as resources last and we're able to put forth our better efforts to improve and to serve the community. I'm reaching out now to a number of our pastors and churches and to say to them, it is our desire to have you come and appear on the program and talk about your ministries and what you're doing, because the world needs to know and the community needs to know that the church does more than Sunday morning sing, preach, and pray. It also is doing things in the community to make it a better place. Not just the church where we belong, Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church under Pastor Parker, but in each of the churches around the community and across Alaska. I said to you earlier that the American Baptist Churches is housed in this place here, where I oversee for the state of Alaska as the executive minister and director for American Baptist and National Baptist Churches USA. So there are a number of things going on. I will be also dealing with that. But just before we get ready to begin our closure, I'm going to ask Delmonia, what did
Shenee.
I say? Delmonia?
Yes, Delmonicia.
Delmonicia, all right. And you all gonna know how to say it by the time we get to working with it. Just talk a little bit more about the plans for the new building, because that is a tremendous undertaking. It is a tremendous achievement. And I know it was a dream at one time, and all of a sudden we're getting buildings and stuff pop up that God is blessing us with. And I understand we have some new property to go with it, and just we had no idea. We're into several, I would say several millions of dollars now, where we had several hundreds of dollars, and God is blessing. Talk just a little bit more about what's happening. Let people know some exciting things that are happening.
Okay, thank you, Pastor. I can't say enough of how I appreciate GCI. They have basically created the foundation and answered a dream that we had to be able to provide these resources to the community. The donation of that building is the foundation of some great things that we're going to be able to do. And I just can't thank them enough. And I hope the rest of the business community will join GCI and help us make this community center a success. Couple things that we're planning to put in the building is we're going to have what we're calling a furniture bank. It will be a place where we will accept slightly used furniture, not junk, slightly used furniture that we will make free to those that need it. It will be provided to them free of charge. Other services will be, I look at the first floor of the resource center being a gathering place. I feel very fortunate and blessed to be in the position that I'm in at the age I am. I'm still pretty young. I won't even mention my age. But I learned a lot just by talking to people. And if the only people you're talking to are people that are just like you, there's not a whole lot to learn. So I'm hoping that this first floor of this building will be a gathering place. It's an internet cafe is what we're calling it. But it will be a gathering place where some very valuable information will be shared to help people prosper and not continue to live on the edge, and hopefully learn from some people that are not living on the edge. The upstairs building of the building is called the Wellness Center, as I mentioned before. We're hoping to lease offices. There are about 9 offices in the building right now that we can lease out to partners. And we're hoping that these partners are service providers that will provide services to that targeted population that we're really trying to serve.
Thank you so much. Hopefully in our next sharing, we'll have our IT person on who will be sharing with us, if we can't get him on this session this time, who serves seniors to help them understand computers and how to use those and bring them into the spectrum of what the ministry is doing in the community. Our brother Wash Brown, who is just a wonderful person and tries to give inexhaustibly in his time trying to help people move along. Now we've just we're still coming out of COVID and Omicron, and many of us have had our little touch of it and shook it off, and we are moving on with that. But I want to encourage us, put on the mask, protect those of us who believe in the mask. I know some people say they don't believe in taking the shot or wearing the mask, but do it for the sake of your friends and neighbors and family. Nobody can make you do anything you don't want to do. One fellow said, I have a right to do anything I want to do. And then I heard the response, no, you don't have a right to do anything you want to do. You know, you have a right to do right. But no one has a right to infringe upon the health and safety of others. So I'm going to encourage us from this program, help us to try to keep our community healthy. We will be coming back to you with other presentations and to keep you informed on what the church is doing. So we'll be saying to our churches, to Greater Friendship, to New Hope, to Shiloh Palmer, to Eagle River, around the community, First American Baptist churches, wherever you are, we'll be saying to you, join us here on The Way That I See It. We believe that in our contribution, we can make a difference. We can express the deep love of Jesus Christ in a practical way. Once again, we want to thank Sister Shenee Williams, President and CEO of Shiloh Community Development Housing, and Sister Ruth McConnell, of Shiloh Community Development, for being with us today. Please want to thank you for sharing this week, and hopefully they'll be back with us again the next time to share with you. And until we can share some more information with you, and we have a lot of it to share, we want to encourage you, don't forget to tune in, and there's a process they call for joining us. And what do they call it? You have to, what is that term we have to use?
Like, share.
You have to like, share,
And get notified.
and what?
Get notified.
Get notified.
Get notified. Otherwise, we want you to follow us as we continue on YouTube, etc. This is our first shot. We're just kind of winging it right now until we get to know who you are and you can get to know who we are. Until next time, thank you for being with us, and we hope we've been a blessing to you. You certainly have been a blessing to us, and that's the way that I see it.
For more information about this program, you may Google thewaythatIseeIt.org. You may find the program at youtube.com/thewaythatIseeIt. Also, you may contact us at facebook.com/thewaythatIseeIt. Please remember to select like, subscribe, and be notified. Thank you. You have been watching The Way That I See It with Reverend Dr. Alonzo B. Patterson, Executive Producer Dr. Patterson, and Associate Producer Reverend Vicki Casey. This has been a special presentation of the A.B. Patterson Community Ministries located in Anchorage, Alaska.